Talking about injuries, um, Mayank obviously got injured in the morning, but and they brought in Prabh Simran, who obviously failed. But Mayank, in his last game before he got injured, he scored a very good 50, and he looks like he's getting back in touch, which is really important for Punjab. Uh, how important is it that Mayank continues and gets back into his his scoring routine?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how his lack of scoring was very probably just a direct result of the pressure on him being an IPL captain. That's no responsibility to be taken lightly as one of the coaches of Delhi. I forgot who said when someone asked whether it was a an honor or a or
Ponting,
a or a sorry.
Ponting said it.
Nah, I don't think it was Ponting. It was some other dude. Okay, whatever. Being captain's hard. Being captain of an IPL team when Mayank hasn't captained a team of that caliber, obviously, ever. So I feel like I'm just like a whatever I say doesn't happen because I talked about how SRH would despite beating CSK would still lose, and they've absolutely shot up, particularly with their bowling, which I did call that to be fair. But I said that Mayank's batting would not particularly improve, and he had a very good inning. And so yeah, that's incredibly crucial. The problem with Mayank becoming captain was the problem that you have whenever you make an important player in your team the captain. That the duty of captaincy and the pressure of captaincy would sort of make you neglect what you're in the team to do fundamentally, which is to bat and to bowl and to field, or not to field, to bat and to bowl. And seeing Mayank in form was a very good thing. It'll be really good to see what he does when he comes back. I believe Shikhar was captain while he was out, right? Was Dhawan captain? Yeah. So when Mayank
Yeah.
comes back, he'll be hopefully he continues to bat in his captaincy role because that'll be really good to see. But you never know, man. It's a hard job.
Yeah, and speaking of their batsmen, they've got a new uncapped player who's been performing really well at number 5 for them, Jitesh Sharma. He's been really impressive, scoring at a high strike rate, giving high impact runs, and in the recent Said Mushtaq Ali Trophy, he was the highest and biggest six hitter in the tournament. Obviously, he's been performing really well, and I think he's been going under the radar a bit because that's what happens when you join Punjab. I'm sure if he was in MI or CSK or RCB, people would be talking about him a lot. But I've been really impressed by him.
Yeah, same. Jitesh Sharma, I believe he one of the two uncapped players that we had talked about.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, last week. As we talked about, yeah, as you said, if he was in any other team, you'd be getting more attention. Now that he's in Punjab, he's popular among the seven Punjab fans across India. All seven of them know his name, and so yeah, he's a good batsman. There's not much to say. Punjab's Indian talent is looking really good. First with Mayank, I should say first with the uncapped Indians coming into the side and performing for them. Obviously, this like Jitesh had even played well, and we talked about it in our last week's series, and then as we just talked about Mayank, and yeah, I think Punjab's core as opposed to many other teams is Indian, as opposed to CSK probably, or I shouldn't say core, I should say they're some of their most important players. They obviously have Liam Livingston, who's just a baller. But barring Livingston, they have Dhawan, they have Mayank, they have Jitesh, as we talked about. They're continuing to back Arshdeep despite him not having had the best season so far. But I have hope.
He's not been getting the wickets, but he's been delivering well in the death and giving really good economies.
Yeah, this is true. He hasn't been taking wickets as you've been mentioning. So yeah, he's Punjab's Indian contingent is their main thing, and yeah, we'll have to see where it goes.
Right. So about Punjab's team combination, I don't think it's really working for them. Rajapaksa, I feel, needs to be in the 11. He'll do a better job than Odin with the bat, and Odin's not a 4 over bank with the ball anyway, so I don't think he should be bowling. Instead of maybe Jitesh Sharma or Shah Rukh Khan, um, they can bring in. Wait, I'm blanking on his name. Uh, the Himachal Pradesh captain. Rishi Dhawan. Sorry, my bad. Rishi
Okay.
Dhawan.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
just led Himachal Pradesh to their first Vijay Hazare Trophy when he was doing
Yeah.
amazing with the bat and ball. I feel he'll be a better bowler than Odin anyway. And based on current form, Jitesh Sharma should stay in the team, and Shah Rukh Khan, who's not been doing much, could go out easily. And I think that would bring a lot more balance to Punjab's side.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, Rishi Dhawan will definitely do better with the ball. With regards to Odian versus Rajapaksa, I think they see Odian as being a more a better sort of come in the last couple of overs and just hit some sixes kind of player. And he kind of did that. He did that in the first match. It's
he's done that
surprising
one
how
game.
much. Sorry.
He's done that one game.
Yes, this is true. But I mean, that's a reputation he has, and that's clearly what they're playing him for. Like they're not playing him as sort of a stabilizing position. And also, it's I don't think they're gonna drop him because they have a surprising amount of faith in him. Like with the ball, they gave him another last over in a match that could have gone the wrong way, and it was 13 of 3 again. In the other match, it would have been hilarious if once again it did not go Odine's way. That would be two games in which he he completely loses the game. Obviously, the first one being against GT with Tewatia. But yeah, I agree. I think the balance is a little bit off, but I don't actually think they're going to make the changes that you suggested. They'll definitely have a little more faith in Shah Rukh. I think they'll keep him in the team a little bit longer. And I definitely don't think they're going to bring back Rajapaksa, even though he was, as we mentioned last week, there was no fault in his playing. He didn't really mess up.
Yeah, he was doing really well for them.
He was doing quite well for Punjab.
Yeah, so I don't think they'll do these changes, but I think if they do, it'll help them a lot and just make them a more well-rounded side.
Mm.
Um,